So all three of these runners have beaten each other. Fouton beat Dark Shadows by just under 5 minutes. Dark Shadows beat Tranq by just over a minute. And Tranq beat Fouton by just over 6 minutes.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, Fouton had a bit of a struggle in Ice Palace, which cost him a lot of time. So that's why before we actually started, we saw Fouton rocking out the practice ROM, hitting up that cold stare fight, probably wanting to perfect that one before we get started here. And we got 300 rupees right out the gate. I don't know about you, Clifford, but I would assume that at that point, you'd have to think that Houlihan is dead.
Generally. With the 300 rupees, it's either dead or very, very last resort.
And we got a little bit of divergence here. Dark Shadows heading into the dam area, and Tranq heading up to the uncle, finding red rupees as the tier 1 triple.
That's okay. Houlihan is dead.
It is certainly dead.
Meanwhile, Dark Shadows down at the dam.
And it looks like Fouton went the route of Sanctuary up to... There's another 300 rupees. All right. Houlihan is absolutely dead.
Looks like just some arrows there in the dam for Dark Shadows.
Oh, wow. And the glove in Sanctuary.
That's huge. It's so bad.
Well, here's something to think about. Once we find those bombs, our players are going to be able to go check the back of Escape. Potentially sequence break up to Death Mountain. It's a little early to start talking about Desert Palace, but...
Yeah, definitely the sequence break up to Death Mountain is... I like it very early if you can. Just go up and get the save and quit point.
All right, and Fouton also getting those triples. Dark Shadow getting some more triples. Lots of fresh money in this one. Oh, and the bush crab holding the bombs.
Oh, that's great for everybody.
Alrighty, guys. Well, give us just 1 second. We are gonna restart the restream. Get this worked out. Clifford, how you doing today? How was your Saturday been?
It's been great.
Yeah.
Just watching Rando for most of it. Can't complain about that.
Oh, that's always a good thing.
Looks like we're back here.
All right, Fouton just leaving Blind's basement. Not sure what he got. We'll have to wait and see when he pauses. He did find a boomerang somewhere, so... Oh, we'll see in Tranq's stream what we found downstairs.
And Dark Shadow's not too far behind.
Ooh, flippers. Bomb in the well.
Well,
that's where the blue boomerang was. Oh, and the lamp also in the bottom of the well. So, glove and lamp already. I would assume that means a trip up to Death Mountain pretty quickly.
Yes, I would definitely put it up probably right after checking the back of Escape.
And depending on how Escape works out, if they get a small key early in the back of Escape, they could route to that middle chest in the sewers.
Oh yes, it's a lot easier to do that early with the lamp. That rat can be kind of hard to find in the dark.
Oh man, and another 300 rupees in the back of Blind's basement.
Just a hugely rich seed tonight.
It's 900 rupees already just from 3 chests.
And the 80 rupee tree pull too. Just who needs money today? It's free.
All right, now the question is, what is going to be the next thing that we find here? What is the next big progression? We have access to Death Mountain. We have access to the back of Escape.
I'm going to say we're going to put the mirror inside of Spectacle Rock today.
Inside? Oh, man. I can see that.
I saw the hammer there earlier. The mirror works out too.
I know it's like confirmation bias and all that stuff, but the last 2 seeds I've played have had something really big in Ether. But we're a book and a couple swords away from being able to check that.
Yes, or at least to find out what it is, just the book, but a couple of swords to get anything.
Well, it's also worth noting, we do have access to Zora, and just because the game gives you a bunch of rupees doesn't actually necessarily mean Zora is the right choice.
Oh no, definitely not. Just the gloves or the flippers are all that's required to get up to Zora. But without having the Moon Pearl, getting the flippers early, no worries about fake flippering around. Can get all of the items from the hobo up to the waterfall chest and even the Zora ledge too. So that might not be a bad play early on.
And at this point, you also got to kind of start routing your future in this seed. Of course, we're still missing a few things, but whenever you see like flippers or glove, if the next item is like a Moon Pearl and you have lamp, you're like, oh no, this could always be an Aga seed. I doubt it, but it could.
I wouldn't put anything past version 26.
Neither would I. Back of escape holds a map, air capacity upgrade, a red rupee. What a bust.
Just a bunch of garbage.
Just a bunch. All right, and at this point, Fouton and Tranq are pretty much like neck and neck. Looks like Dark Shadows is going to be making that trip up to Death Mountain at this point.
Yeah, go ahead and see what's up there. Get the save and quit point for later. I really like that play. Especially having done Dam earlier and knowing that it was just a bunch of arrows. Without having bought bombs. Oh, hey, a map check. I saw 2 crystals.
That's so weird. The single arrow was in that spot in my race earlier. What? What's up with that? What are the odds of that?
That is pretty weird.
Get him out of the way. All right, Dark Shadows going to be the first one heading up to Death Mountain. See what we get from the uncle, and then the only thing you'll be able to check, unless he finds more stuff up here, is going to be what's inside Spectacle Cave and what's on top of Spectacle Rock.
And when it's that mirror, then that opens up hair and everything, maybe.
That is true. Oh, we got Blue Mail. Just Blue Mail in Mini Moldern Cave. Oh man, Dark Shadows is going to have to be careful, though. He only has 3 hearts. That is just 3 cabbages away from death.
Or 2 cabbages and an unlucky dead rock.
Oh, yeah. Well, like, if he found, like, the hook shot and hops down that right side, you can land right on top of the dead rock.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I like this choice from Fouton and Tranq going for, getting those flippers. You got a lot of stuff you can check around here.
More money on the Lake Island.
And more money on top of Spectacle Rock. What's in here? Oh, wow. Titan mitts.
Not quite the mirror, but will be welcome to be seen.
That is an interesting find. I mean, it doesn't give them any advantage yet. But as soon as they find that Moon Pearl, they'll be good to go into the Dark World. But do you really want to go into the Dark World without a sword? I don't know.
Without any kind of primary weapon at all.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
Just a little bit of money from the hobo also.
Interesting that Tranq decided to save and quit out of Ice Rock Cave. It looks like he's going to go back down and just hop down into Lake Hylia from the top to do hobo in that. I wonder, with this route, though, is Fouton going to be skipping Ice Rock Cave?
It's certainly possible.
Tranq find some more bombs, probably? Oh, yeah. Good idea.
Never a bad idea to buy bombs with this much money early.
Now, the next item that I want to see for Dark Shadows would be the flute. Because then that could get him flute and then, like, mirror. Because then I always love it when, like, there's a Moon Pearl in a checkerboard cave or something wacky like that.
Oh, that's the trolliest troll of them all. The checkerboard cave Moon Pearl. I've seen that exactly 1 time so far in seeds that I've actually run.
It's a rare sight to see, but it's always nice. Yeah, once we get Dark Shadows tracker updated, he'll show that he does have those mitts. And a bug net from Zora. Fouton, no! He didn't even grab it.
Well, now, how is he going to be able to beat Aghanim without that net?
I know, right? If this was a swordless seed, he definitely should have grabbed that.
Oh well, just saving and quitting away from it. Now we're going to see Dark Shadows.
Oh, I see it now. It looks like Fouton and Dark Shadows tracker is actually tracking is the same as Fouton's. Because I saw the net appear on both of them at the same time. Maybe?
Ah.
Fix it. Alright, so we have the mitts, so it's gotta be our players still haven't gone into Hyrule Castle or Sahasrahla Eastern yet, so that's gotta be our next answer. Oftentimes, you don't really want to go into Hyrule without a weapon, but sometimes you're forced to do bomb strats to get through Hyrule, but looks like Fouton is gonna go for the Eastern Palace play. Maybe Sahasrahla will hold a sword for him.
It's a little easier to go through Eastern Palace without a sword than it is to do the escape sequence, since you can everything you have to kill, you just can hit with pots and stuff.
And it looks like Tranq is going to get that bug net. I'm guessing Fouton already checked Sahasrahla then? Or is he doing a dumb?
I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, I think he just realized.
In MG strats.
I saw that backpedal on the stairs. He's like, wait. Ooh, Dark Shadows taking a death. I don't know if that was a death warp. Can't imagine why it would be. Did he get crabbed? He might have got crabbed.
It's easy to happen with only 3 hearts. Those crabs can be very deadly.
Yeah, and he's missing that blue mail that was in... Where was blue mail?
Oh, it might have been in the mini Moldorm. He might have got Moldormed also.
Oh, that might have been what happened. Yeah.
They're very unforgiving also with only 3 hearts.
Yeah, because all it takes is to get hit into the hole, and then all of a sudden you lose 2 hearts. And then there's also the fear of accidentally bombing yourself.
Yes, I've died in that room several times. It happens to everybody at least once.
All right, time to find out what Fouton missed. This could be big. We're in the green pendant in Thieves Town. Ew.
Pendant Thieves Town. That's rough.
Oh, there's Ether and the book. Ether and book.
That's full desert clear now. With bomb strats.
That would definitely take me. Yeah, I would definitely go there next. Looks like he's going to go for the Eastern play as well. And it looks like it might come down to Armos with an item or one over here. But yeah, that's something interesting to think about. We got the book. We also have Glove and Lamp, so they can technically get to Landmola. I can't imagine the game would make them do Landmola without a sword. We also don't know if the boots are required yet, but that's got to be the play, unless it's either desert or it's a Hyrule at this point.
Let's see what the big key chest has here for Fouton. Because there are 2 items left. Or 1 item left, sorry. It's a 50-50.
Ooh. No, Fouton! Oh.
Oh no.
He's gonna bail. I doubt he would go back in.
Yeah, I wouldn't go back in.
Well, hopefully whatever he missed is just a dungeon item. Because that's unfortunate.
It always is. Gonna see what he forgot here in Sahasrahla's house. Get that book. Probably go straight over to the desert after that, I would assume. Well, it looks like we got Dark Shadows going up to the castle.
Ooh, all right. A little bit of divergence. And it looks like Fouton is going to go for the Desert Palace play. You know, far often than not, if you get a book early, the first thing you should do or think about doing is going to Desert. Even if you can't complete it, it's oftentimes going to have something that you need.
That's so very true. Or at least the ledge or Agana somewhere down there. There's something.
Oh, yeah,
in the
that is a
desert.
good point. Desert Ledge could easily have the next progression item, which the next progression item needs to be Moon Pearl, pretty much, because we know where the myths are. They are accessible by all of them. Oh wow, Dark Shadow already got all of his items. Wow, I'm impressed.
Oh,
right,
hey, Fouton's here at the ledge.
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? It's a hook shot.
Hey, that's
a good
definitely
find.
progression. That'll leave Fouton up to Death Mountain to get the myths also.
I wonder if we'll see like a Super Bunny out of him from that. So this is good for Fouton. This is a huge advantage. It'll allow him to also do more than Desert, or to route Death Mountain a little bit more efficiently.
Yes.
All right, time to find out what Fouton missed in Eastern Palace. It was... No! Crap. We didn't get to see.
Oh, no. Oh, well. A mystery for everyone.
Oh, man. Fouton, how could you miss out on that mystery item? However will you succeed?
Ooh, and the small key early, so not having to worry about the boots to go right side.
What is going on over in Dark Shadows Tracker? I'm terrified. Look at the big red X's. This is too spooky for me. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore.
Yes, it was a red potion on the torch.
We did see that. Well, the nice thing is that means boots are not required to complete this dungeon. I can't imagine anyone would go ahead and beat Landmola right now, because I don't know if you can. And with Fouton's single bomb, it's definitely not going to happen.
Yeah, with the one bomb is definitely not enough to kill the boss of Desert.
Oh, and apparently... Nope, that's still wrong. Dark Shadows does not have a Cane of Smartia. But he does have a sword! Sword in Zelda Cell. Fouton now picking up his hookshot. And going for the Death Warp. He's going to go check that middle chest. We do know it's an item because we had... Oh, wait. Nope, we do know it's an item. He has a small key, and the map was in the back.
The map was in the first chest we saw in the back. And now Fouton is heading straight up to the Death Mountain. While Tranq is also going to get the hook shot here shortly.
Also, just want to point out, it is Dark Shadows. 2 shadows. Or multiple shadows, not just a single shadow, if someone could fix that. Just so Dark Shadow doesn't have to watch this and be like, oh god, I got my name wrong the whole time.
Oh wow.
Oh, jeez. Alright. Well, that's huge for Dark Shadows, but the problem with that is this might lead him away from the hookshot for a while. If he goes right into, like, Village of Outcasts, which is look like what he's going to do. So this might bite him in the butt, but we'll see.
Oh, man.
Who knows? We could find the next item could be, like, the flute or something, and that would take him back to the mire area where he might check what's on the desert ledge. So, but that's just how, that's the thing about the beauty of Randomizer is depending on how you route the game could completely change how you play the entire game.
Oh, definitely. So. And without even the book, can't get into desert to even get the hook shot if he sees it over there with the flute.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he has not been to Eastern yet, so he never got the book. Wow. Well, now, what I'm hoping for Fouton, and I'm assuming eventually Tranq, unless he goes into Hyrule Castle next, is that we find the second sword, or maybe at least a hammer, in East Death Mountain. Some form of weapon that might lead our players into Hyrule Castle. But yeah, the bomb strat's working out very well for Dark Shadows in Hyrule Castle. Surprising, you have to use the bombs to find a sword.
Yes, that's surprisingly vindictive.
But that is the thing about the logic. There is no requirements to get to Zelda's cell in Hyrule Castle.
Nope, it's one of those Sphere Zero locations that you can get to freely from the beginning of the game.
All right, Fouton got his Titan Mitts. He's going to be checking East Death Mountain. And the thing is, though, he doesn't have the mirror. Oh, wait. You don't need him. We'll probably see some Super Bunny strats out of him.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see a Super Bunny coming in here. All right, we have another map check. We've got Crystal 5 at Ice Palace. And it looked like Swamp was a pendant.
Yep, Swamp was blue pendant. So what does that tell us about the seed? Well, it tells us that this might be a mirrorless seed.
Yeah.
The nice thing about these players is they already have the hook shot, but I don't think any of these players know how to hover, so that's not a concern.
Yeah, there's not too many people in the secondary tournament that can pull off the hover, I don't believe. Dark Shadows with the early Skullwoods check. That's another good play here in V26.
Fouton picking up the boots. That's huge. That is a huge time save.
That is the biggest of time saves. The longer it takes everybody else to get those boots, the faster Fouton can go.
Dark Shadows picking up the Bombos tablet, or Bombos medallion. We don't know its value yet, but with both T-Rock and Meyer being crystals, we'll more than likely need to use at least one of them.
Or it might be needed to get into Ice Palace.
That is also a good point.
Up Ice Palace now for Dark Shadows.
Oh, that's disgusting. I can't imagine well, he does have a sword. But yeah, I can't imagine, unless it's like a hammer in Ice Palace scenario, which is not completely unheard of.
Nope, I've had that happen in the tournament so far already.
Oof. That's brutal.
Yeah, there's a lot of brutality in this V26. I love it.
Alright, Fouton, where are you off to next? Probably gonna do those. Yeah. Let's do some Super Bunny tricks. Tranq gonna be heading down, picking up their Titan Mitts, and Dark Shadow's going with, I'm assuming, a Death Warp to get out of that room a little bit quicker. I think he was trying to set up getting grabbed by the Wallmaster to get thrown out, but probably got Gibdo. Those Gibdos do a lot of damage.
Yes, they do. Might get the Bumper Cave check now. Leaving Skullwoods.
Oh man, something that Fouton missed when he was over to Desert was missing the red tunic, which apparently was in Agini's cave.
Oh, because Fouton saved and quit right there after getting the hook shot?
Yep. Thankfully, it's not being, huge. It's not a game changer. Maybe. These players are still very low on health.
It might weigh on his mind if he remembers.
Oh. Wow. Oh, excuse me?
That's disgusting.
That is huge. That is huge. I don't think I've ever seen that big of a sequence break play out. Oh, wow. Silver's and C-shaped house.
Just all the good things happening all over the place.
Okay, with boots in hand, Fouton is going to check these two spots, and I'm assuming he'll hopefully head into Hyrule Castle next. He doesn't really have any options right now, other than that. Tranq now picking up their boots. And a bottle in Village of Outcasts. Nice. That is our first bottle that we've been able to get. Now Fouton, well, because we had one on the torch, which is now accessible.
Yeah, Fouton can go back and get that in desert if he wants. I would figure with the hammer in hand, we'd see the escape play first, just to see what's down there.
Yeah, that looks like probably what he's going to do next, and he'll be able to do it a little bit quicker because he did a sequence break that got him a good weapon.
Yeah, with the boots and the hammer, it should go by really quickly.
Now the question is Tranq also going to go for the Super Bunny play? It's not, honestly, it's a very uncommon one to see in version 26, in my opinion. We used to see that all the time in version 18, but it's just very rare that that sequence actually plays out.
Yeah, usually you have the Moon Pearl long before you get up to East Death Mountain.
Oh man, but something worth thinking about is once Fouton gets his Moon Pearl, will he head back up to Death Mountain or will he go to other stuff? Because we still have all of Hookshot Cave as an option.
Oh, that is a good question. I would probably go back up just because it unlocks Hera also. Even with Hera being a pendant, there's usually something hiding in Hera, I've found.
You know, it's not a bad gamble. And, you know, pendant dungeons are never a bad gamble to make. But at the same time, you never know what kind of dungeon or seed you're going to get. It could have been like the weekly, where all the pendant dungeons were 100% useless. Or you can get one where all 3 dungeons are required.
Or you can get one where, you know, none of the dungeons have hardly anything and it's all in the overworld.
Exactly.
Almost if it were random or something.
Oh man, who'da thunk? Clifford, you make some good points.
Well, thank you. I try. They call me the John Madden of Randomizer right here.
I don't know. You're a little too laid back and chill to be a John Madden.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm just good at pointing out the obvious.
We'll give you the John Madden-ish award. All right, Fouton, picking up is so no. Wait, Fouton, what are you doing? Go back in there. I wonder what he's doing. I hope he goes back into Hyrule. Yeah. Okay, we're good.
Definitely looks like it.
Yeah. Didn't set up the Death Warp. Not going to lose too much time. Actually, I think that it's probably a faster option.
Yeah, with the blue mail, is the damage the same from the ball and chain guard, or does he do a half heart?
I feel like it is slightly reduced, so it would take a little bit longer to set up. So
the boots is just so much faster to just run.
When you see down here with Tranq, like how, and we saw the same with Dark Shadows, how much longer this takes when you don't have a weapon. So that, God, I can't believe that sequence break actually paid off. It's rare to see sequence breaks actually pay off. Usually it's just a big waste of time.
Now the sequence break is unbroken.
Now it is. I guess the only downside would be is if he end up if like Hookshot Cave ended up having something super valuable and Fouton like puts it off for a long time since he's like, I don't really want to go up there just for Hookshot Cave.
Dark Shadows realizing he can't go to the big chest in Thieves Town without the hammer.
He's gonna hope that it's not holding an item. So I have not been paying attention to how many items he's found already. Oh, jeez. That is the 4th 300 rupee we found.
Well, that's almost all of them. What, there's 6 now? Or is it only 5?
I couldn't tell you.
We found most of them in any case.
We have confirmation from our tracker that there is an item in that big chest. So I look forward to finding out what it is. Looks like Fouton is going to be going for the early Skullwoods play. I don't recall if we actually got anything in Skullwoods worth value.
Bombos was the only thing we found. There's an item in the back.
Gotcha.
And knowing Skullwoods, Bombos is probably required somewhere. Probably for Ice Palace.
Got Dark Shadows taking out Blind, already in second phase. He's going to have to be a little careful. He's only got 4 hearts. He can take a couple hits, but... Oh, we got some clutch dodges. Nice, nice.
Nice fight there, while Tranq picks up the Moon Pearl in the dark rooms of the escape. Dark World for all 3 runners now, half an hour in.
Oh man, I didn't even realize that Thieves Town was the green pendant. I wonder if Sahasra was going to hold something. Now the question is, we didn't find anything of value in Thieves Town yet. So that big chest could be the answer, or it could be Sahasrahla.
Could be. Sahasrahla probably going to trade the green pendant for a green rupee, knowing that guy, though.
I believe we've already seen at least 1 green rupee, but maybe. I don't recall. Silvers were in the C-shaped house. So I can't imagine any of our players missing those. And that is a nice sight to see at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, always nice to have the silvers before you find your bow. Until you then go look and see that the bow's on the pedestal or something dumb.
$13 digs? 13 digs for the digging game?
I wasn't counting.
Uh-oh.
We'll go with that.
Looks like Fouton is skipping out on his bombos. Let's hope, for his sake, that doesn't play. Oh, looks like Fouton is going back for his bombos. It looks like Fouton is... What is he doing?
Being very indecisive about the bombos.
Clearly.
Just a heart container from old Stumpy today.
Now you gotta be thinking, with bombos, flippers, hammer, and mitts, if Ice Palace is the next big play you might have to make. And hookshot as well. Like, that's a lot of options right there, or a lot of things that make Ice Palace a little bit quicker to run through. The hardest part is just going to be fighting Cold Stare.
Yes, Fighter's Sword Cold Stare is never fun. It would be easier for Fouton having the hammer already.
Let's find out if we get the hypest of hype caves, or if it's going to be another dud. Bombs? The mushroom. And arrows. We got a red rupee, bombs, the other 300 rupees, mushroom, and some arrows.
The mushroom could still lead to some hype.
Potentially. Though routing that in is never very convenient.
No, it really never is. Although with the quick save and quit to Link's house, it's not too bad to run just south and warp up there. Whenever you get done with Dark World here.
Interesting play by Dark Shadows. Since they didn't pick up the hammer from Death Mountain, it looks like they're going to be routing up to Pyramid via the water. This might play out if Pyramid ends up holding something important.
Yeah, they could even go up to Catfish as far there, or even over to Palace of Darkness if they're feeling like they want to gamble. We've
got options. We got a little frog tour from Tranq. Oh, nice try though. Can't take the frog in there, so he's gonna have to save and quit and route all the way back over there to turn the frog.
Oh, just a bomb upgrade there for Fouton in the peg game.
All right, Pyramid, what do you got for us? Anything good? It is... Oh, Master Sword. That's a pretty big deal. That's huge.
Okay, the tracker does say Fouton did get bombos out of Skullwoods.
Oh, he did. Okay, good. I was worried for a moment. Well, now that we know what the Master Sword is, players would be able to route back up, take the long way around via Hookshot, check Hookshot Cave, or no, Tower of Hera Ether, and then Hookshot Cave, if they wanted to route it that way. And then, they could also, get that information about Turtle Rock, which medallion they need.
And then even potentially make it over to the Spike Cave.
Exactly.
It's not in the logic here, but with a bottle, they could buy a potion and man mode through it, as they say.
Yeah, that'd be a little scary, but it is doable.
Although I don't know how much I like sequence breaking Spike Cave.
Yeah, the worst is when you try and do it too soon and then you die.
Yeah, that's just the worst feeling. Is you're picking up the rock and then, oh no!
I was dead. Only half heart from Catfish. And that is true. We will be able to see what is in that big chest for within Thieves Town on Fouton's side. So if this ends up holding something big, that could be the end of Dark Shadows this early in the run. But it depends on if it's one of those like if it's like Ice Rod or something. Yeah, that'd be bad. But if it ends up being like something extremely necessary, like the flute, something that like cuts out a large portion of the area, we'll probably see them go back and check it sooner than later. I'm getting a little ahead of myself though, but ooh,
The more important the item, the earlier you think they'd have to go back and check, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's one thing where it's like a sword or Ice Rod or something. You know, they just need Ice Rod to beat Trinex, but if it was something like, you know, Mitts or Flute or something that like cuts out a large portion of the game, you know, they'll eventually run out of stuff to do before they have to go back. Yeah, only a bomb capacity upgrade from Sahasrahla, so beating blind is not the play.
Unless there's something hiding there up in the northwest.
Are you talking about a pedestal?
Might be.
He might be.
You never know. There still could be a lot there.
That's true. Well, let's talk about this. What we got? Tower of Hera, which is completable, and Swamp Palace, which we still need a mirror. But as soon as we find the mirror, that will be completable too. So, you know, Bow could be there. Either Rod could be there. Medallion could be there. Kane could be there. So pedestal definitely still on the board right now.
But there's still a lot to check. But with the book, you know, we might see a check sooner rather than later. We are going to get to see this big chest here, though.
Come on, big whammy. Ah, just a piece of heart.
No need to worry for Dark Shadows.
That's going to be haunting him, though, for the entirety of the run until he hits go mode, though.
Would be in the back of my mind eating away at me.
Mm-hmm. Especially if this ends up being one of those seeds that funnels down to a single item location. You know, you never know if he might go back and double check that, thinking that's the item that he needs.
If I know, I would be thinking, okay, found the hammer, time to go back. I can check the big chest and the peg game at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
I'm very tempted to dive back in.
I still can't get over that sequence break paying out so well.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like, of all the items to get from a sequence break, like, Hammer's like one of the best.
It really, really is. Dark Shadows grabbing the 50 rupees there, just getting more and more money.
And a decent blind fight from Fouton. I wonder how long until he checks that pendant, though. Usually you like to route it in with your pod play or whatnot, so. The question is, when are we going to see Hookshot Cave? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I'm surprised that we haven't seen it from anyone yet. Especially Dark Shadows, but we'll probably see Dark Shadows go up there before anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Would be my guess.
Yeah, he's going to discover that there's nothing going on in Eastern. Going to have to head out. Because he also is missing that hookshot from Desert.
Right? I guess it wasn't anything good, or we would have known.
Yeah. Oh, Kana Burna.
All right.
It was Kana Burna. Well, that opens up Spike Cave then.
Yeah, that puts Spike Cave squarely in the logic.
Oh my gosh. That might be pretty big. That could pay out for Dark Shadows. And on when he heads up there. Yeah, missing out on East Death Mountain because of that hook shot, you know, you're missing book, hammer. What else was up there? I think that's all we got so far.
Yeah, we got the book there at the back of Sahasrara's house. The only thing up there we found so far was the hammer that was good, I think.
And boots.
Oh yeah, and the boots. Of course.
Oh, looks like DarkShadows is going to go turn in his mushroom.
Let's see if the cave lives up to the hype. Fouton gonna get the mushroom here at the same time DarkShadows turning it in.
It is some bombs. Not bad though. Kind of need some.
Yeah,
Now-
never gonna say no to getting bombs.
Now, Pyramid is one of those locations that are it's just generally hard to route overall. You got to be thinking to yourself, like, okay, well, let me look at the Pyramid Fairy chest or crystals. Should I go do that, then route it to Pyramid, or should I just go for the wild Pyramid check? Because then at this point, you pretty much have to, like, go up to Catfish 2 and just clear the whole thing.
Either that, or I always like to check Pyramid right before I go into Pod.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try and route from the Link's house entrance to Dark World over to the Pyramid, then jump into Pod. But I don't know about going into Pod without a bow, especially this early.
Yeah, I mean, it could only really be in, like, the first 4 chests, so it's, like, the worst when it is there, but the chance of it being there is pretty slim. But yeah, Fouton picking up his Master Sword, also has his mushroom. Looks like he's going to go for the Catfish play, while DarkShadows is going to be picking up his red tunic, and Tranq is taking on Blind. Let's see who has the best blind fight out of all 3 of them. Oh, bringing out the Burna just in case. Oh, yep. Right.
Always good to have the safety strats.
I don't know about you. Who do you think had the? I think it was real. I think it'd be a tie between DarkShadows and Fouton for that blind fight.
Yeah, they both had pretty clean fights.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it looks like DarkShadows finally making their way to Desert. Now, the nice thing is because they already have Master Sword, they'll probably just go ahead and knock the whole dungeon out.
Yeah, no reason not to.
And funny enough, they still... Well, no, you need to get the hookshot to get the boots, so they're going to miss that red potion.
Yeah, but that shouldn't hurt them too badly.
Now, the question is, did they already find both items in this dungeon, or was Landmola holding on to one of them?
I'm not 100% sure because I don't believe Fouton went past the room where you have to kill all the popos on the right because he only had the one bomb. And then I did not see Tranq go through it. So we'll see here what the right side holds.
Oh, blue potion at Lumberjack. That was the first time we actually saw that, as far as I know.
Yeah, I missed it if anybody else checked it in the beginning.
That's weird, because he did the Sanctuary route. So he walked right by it.
Using the Christo strats of not checking the Lumberjack until you have the boots.
Well, he must have been thinking, oh, well, I have the boots, I have a Master Sword, I have the lamp, I could do Agate Tower if I have to. Now, I believe Tranq is the first person to do the purple chest route, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I believe you are correct.
This could be big. Let's find out what it is. Oh man, Fouton also making his way up to do Hookshot Cave now. And it was just an arrow capacity upgrade in Desert, so Lamb will not hold an item. I wonder if DarkShadows will go ahead and finish this dungeon off.
Might as well while you're here.
Mm-hmm.
Have to do it anyway.
It's one of those things where it's like, I could either do it now and just knock it out, or I can wait and come back when I do Mire, but that's only really convenient if you have the mirror, and since Swamp is a pendant, you might not get the mirror this seed, so better to just finish it off now.
Oh, and a full heart container for Fouton there from the ether tablet.
Nothing of huge value. Let's see if he'll make the Tower of Hera play. Looks like it.
Looks like it, yeah. And Dark Shadows heading straight into the back of the desert to go take on Lambolas.
Purple chest, what do you got? What's in the lunchbox? Just a red rupee.
And grabbing some bombs there from the crab for taking the save and quit.
Ooh, potential Hera basement play.
Yep, just
We'll
the big key and
see.
the small key here early. There could be all sorts of fun stuff going up the tower now.
Oh, that was an awesome little spin attack. I've never seen that. Or at least if I've seen it, it's a rare one.
Yeah, I usually just see people do a bunch of slashes in there.
Now we're going to have to see some solely Master Sword, maybe, well, no Hammer strats, just Master Sword strats on Lambola without having either rod or a bow. They do have the silvers, but no bow.
There's one item there in Hera for Fouton. And a compass, so 50-50.
It's either going to be at Moldy or it's going to be in the basement. Now, I would assume Fouton would go ahead and do the basement regardless. Just because of how wacky it is, how obnoxious it is to get all the way up to Hera without the mirror.
Yeah. Hera takes so long to get to if you don't have the mirror.
Oh, that's one Landmola down. Dark Shadow's going to have to be... Oh, just kidding. That was two, and that's three. Nice work.
A very nice fight with just Master Sword strats.
And we have it. At 47 minutes, our first crystal.
Hooray for V26.
It sounds about right. Come on, Moldor, what do you got? There it is! Wow.
No need to worry
man.
about coming back, but if you do, you can get there a little faster now.
That is such a disgusting place to put the mirror. Wow.
That's ridiculous.
That is huge for Fouton. Fouton, with this play, is taking a tremendous lead.
Because Dark Shadows is going to have to save and quit after getting the hammer to even think about going to Hera. To then get the mirror. That's so dumb.
You're right. That is dumb. And the likelihood of them going... Well, they might go right back into it.
Yeah, it's possible.
Right back into Death Mountain.
Loath. All right, now I'm gonna go the long way back again to get over to Tower of Hera. That's so rough.
It also depends on what their reaction to the boots are. If they're like, oh, boots, King's Tomb, Bonkhawks, let's go do that instead. Oh, and it is Ether for Turtle Rock. So we do have at least one medallion.
And meanwhile, Tranq has the bow and is fighting the Armos Knights.
All right. I have absolutely no idea where they got that.
It might have been the Smith. The Smith.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That is one of the things that we haven't seen from the other players.
Yeah, because there were some laggy points on his stream.
Well, that's big. That's huge. They still don't have the hammer, but they will be able to do pod as soon as they find that hammer.
But,
and
wow.
Fouton not finding anything of value in Hookshot Cave. Now the question is, look at all the stuff that he has. Would he do Swamp?
Going straight to Ice Palace right now.
Ice or yeah, I would definitely pick that over Swamp, no doubt about that. All right, so we know where Bo is. I think.
We think
it wasn't at Purple Chest, so it's got to be at the Smiths. It was the only thing that Tranq did that we hadn't seen yet. Now Tranq needs to. Oh, whoops. Tranq made a little bit of an error, actually going through the wrong portal, as opposed to going to the right side with the hook shot. That's so frustrating.
Yes. Anytime you accidentally portal to the Dark World without the mirror, it's just tilts you a little bit.
Just a wee bit. All right, Dark Shadow is going to be making the move, getting that hammer here real soon. We'll be able to complete Hookshot Cave. Now we just need for them to potentially go back into here, wrap back all the way around, and go to Hera. But who knows? With Swamp being a pendant, we might not actually need the mirror. It could just be a red herring.
Yeah, but finding the mirror in another pendant dungeon, that means there's got to be progression in Swamp, right?
It's screaming progression at me, but you never know. Powder, all right. Batcave suddenly an option. Ooh. Well, with that might actually send Fouton to do the blacksmiths next, and he'll be able to do it conveniently because he already has the mirror.
Oh yes, the mirror changes that whole line of play completely.
What I'd like to see from Fouton in the future is using that hookshot to clear the penguins, since it's one shot with a hookshot as opposed to 2 spins or whatever with the Master Sword, which he was doing. Oh no.
Oh, no.
I've had that happen to me. It's like pixel perfect. He was 1 pixel away from just being able to fall right down in there without taking damage. Something like that. All right, we got a high five from Tranq and Dark Shadows, passing each other.
Both going to find out the Ether Medallion is what they need for Turtle Rock.
Which I believe we saw that in Sahasrarla's hut. Oh, that's a good point as well. Dark Shadows picked up the shovel, which we haven't seen that. Fouton picked that up earlier, but we haven't seen what that leads to yet.
Yes, it definitely could have something.
Nice Fouton conquering his fears. Getting that bomb jump on the first try. And he'll be able to route the rest of this dungeon conveniently. Now, the only thing is, he's going to have to be careful. He does have a lot of health, but, no fire rod. So it's only going to be Master Sword.
Or hammer.
Or hammer. Now, what I'd like to see from Fouton next time in that room is instead of using the hookshot on the penguins, you got to go with the double bomb strat. That's the best. See what I did there? I criticized him twice for 2 different things. Oh man, we're going to see the Spike Cave. Let's see if this pays out. Just a heart piece. Unfortunate.
Not so great today.
But he was able to route that extremely conveniently using his newly found boots and the cane of Brian.
I'll get in that key here. Fouton can go right back over to the right side conveniently.
Yeah. And with bow in hand, it looks like Tranq is going to be making the play on pod. Unfortunately, missing the Master Sword on the pyramid ledge. So, and at that rate,
the bow and the hammer can clear it out.
Oh, that's true.
At least the boss fight won't be too different from normal. Silver Arrows just takes the 1 shot.
And a red rupee. So we've seen what? A small key, powder, and a red rupee so far from Ice Palace. Nothing really paying out yet. And a heart piece. So no items in here, but at least he was able to knock out all the items quickly so he can just skip right on down to Cold Stare without having to route back up to check the 2 jelly room or do any of that fancy stuff.
Yeah, anytime you can skip out on the 2 jelly room, you're happy.
Alright, what do we have in Palace of Darkness? What are we looking for? We need both rods. We need the cane. We need the flute.
And we know that it is bow locked, so the bow is definitely needed to even progress into here.
No, I wonder, with that mirror in hand, do you think Fouton will go right into Swamp Palace next, or do you think he'll use that powder to lure him back? He might even be able to check the shovel spot on his way. Oh, and we got a pedestal check from Dark Shadows. All right, guys, moment of truth.
Here we go.
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? It is just 3 bombs.
No hype tonight.
Aw, feels bad. All right, let's see this Cold Stare fright from Fouton. Yeah, fight and fright, both applicable.
Fright Knights here.
He's gonna have to be extremely careful. He just has the empty bottle. I don't think he bought he doesn't have a potion or anything, so he's got to make every shot count and not take any damage, or at least take minimal damage. Getting these triples, or at least hitting all the enemies at the same time, is nice.
Yeah, that is pretty nice. Just a bunch of keys so far for Tranq.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Another
that was
triple.
a nice spin.
Sick kid, what do you got? Just red ruby.
Hey,
That's
the
2
second
down.
buff down.
That's 3 down. Nice.
Nice fight from Fouton with just the
Yeah, that
Master
was.
Sword.
It was slow and patient. When you only have Master Sword, that's pretty much the best way to go about that fight. If you get all willy-nilly throwing sword slashes out and hammers, take a few hits here, and then you get tilted or scared and you start playing a little crazier, it can go bad real fast.
It really can.
Oh, and just a 10 arrow capacity upgrade from the shovel spot. So overworld, after finding the boots and hammer, which Dark Shadows does have the boots, nothing else really going on in the overworld yet.
No, but now with Fouton should be able to check some mirror spots as well as the blacksmiths.
True. So for his sake, that he heads right to the blacksmiths, gets his bow, and with that, he'll probably go ahead and bail out on the rest of the stuff. But it looks like he's going to check Sick Kid first, and then go from there. Got a high five from our players on the top of the screen, both hanging out in Cockreek at the same time, and Tranq still making his way through Palace of Darkness, not yet finding anything of value as far as I know.
The only thing I've seen so far was the red shield. And there was a 10 bomb upgrade or a 5 bomb upgrade in the first chest to bow lock us.
Oh, I hate it when these guys are in the way. You just got to leave the room.
Yep, run away.
Just get out of there. Nope, can't do that.
Oh, and the red one's back there too. Oh, that's the worst.
Nope, oh, that works. Okay. All right. Good improvisation. I'll take it. Never thought to do that. Yeah, that was a new one.
Dark Shadows going straight back into Thieves Town.
Oh no.
Gonna find out what left behind.
But this is interesting because they still do have some options to make. You know, probably not feeling up to the Ice Palace play, or you know, Overworld not paying out for them, so they might be thinking, oh man, I must have missed something really important here. So
all right, so Fouton dropping off Jeremiah. Let's see if that is the bow indeed, if we were right. And it is.
the bow. Wow, nice find. That's kind of the perk of doing commentaries. You get to watch players of all skill level play, and you could learn something from everybody. Everybody does things differently. I mean, I remember last tournament watching some of the other players. I was like, I never thought of doing that. That's great. I'm stealing that. You know, it could be anything from just overworld stuff, or just movement patterns, or even just boss fights.
I've seen probably 12 different ways to handle the mini Helmasaur room after Moldorm 2. Just so many different strategies from so many different players on how to handle that room, from cape strats to hook shot strats to all sorts of different ways.
Yeah. I'm so curious, what is Dark Shadows doing?
With red mail and full health, it's probably faster just to run back out of the dungeon. Although I guess they could have fallen...
I might have to disagree. Could easily just fall down the hole a couple times. But yeah, that's the downside of not having that mirror. Mirror makes routing just so much nicer at times. Especially in like Palace of Darkness. Especially Palace of Darkness. That dungeon stinks.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you can't... No death warps in Palace of Darkness either when you have red mail and 12 hearts.
Nope, not at all.
Fouton skipping his shovel spot with this routing, but he will be able to check Gary's lunchbox, knock that out. Now the question is, it almost seems like he's setting up for a Swamp Palace play. But with that bow in hand, he's probably thinking, nah, Eastern Pod, that's got to be the play.
In the mirror too. That would definitely be where I would be heading.
Well, he's definitely going to check Bombos at least.
Yeah, run in here, check Bombos. Maybe come back for Swamp. I don't know.
Dark Shadow's going to be getting their bow here pretty soon. No mirror in hand, so I has to save and quit. Oh, and the red boomerang. We got progressive boomerangs, guys. Oh, here we go. I forgot that he hadn't done Agnes Cave yet, so he's going to be picking up his red tunic here, which is very convenient.
Red tunic to go with the red boomerang.
Mm-hmm.
Objectively better boomerang.
Clearly. Everybody loves lag. And stuff that sparkles.
It's all about the range. Being able to do those 100% strats in Ganon's Tower. Nice turtle room there for Tranq.
Yeah, those can get away from you real quick. He's got to be careful though. He only has 5 hearts for this fight, and no bottles or no potions, no nothing. So he's just got. Oh, I mean, he does have red mail, so he can take a couple hits, and silver arrows will make the fight pretty quick.
Yeah, silver arrows make the last phase lots easier.
This mirror in hand for Fouton will allow him to route Pod into Eastern very efficiently. Very friendly, very, very friendly Helmassar King. Not even shooting a single fireball.
Nope, not having to worry about dodging at all. Just hammer away. And then get the rod.
Wow. Is that an ice rod? Nice. Well, that's always a nice find. You don't have to worry about that at any point.
Nope, no searching everywhere on the map to find it. That's always good work.
Fouton going to be turning in his green pendant, but look at all these. Look at this. All of our players in around the same dungeon area at the same time. We got a 3-way high five, you guys. A 3-way high five.
Interdimensionally.
Well, now it's a 3-way high five.
Yeah, 5.
Look at that, and Dark Shadows and Fouton like syncing up almost perfectly. Of course, Fouton's going to have a little bit easier time going through this dungeon with the mirror in hand, and you know, depending on where that big key is, we might even see a hammer jump from him. Oh wait, he doesn't know hammer jump. Never mind.
I saw a hammer jump last night in another one of the tiebreakers.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it was Vault pulled it off.
Ooh. What were they using the link sprite, or were you using a custom one?
I believe it was custom. I don't really remember, honestly.
Yeah, some of the setups for jumps are a little bit harder depending on which sprite you're using. Oh, do we see Tranq here going to be getting their Master Sword? The question is, where are they going to head off to next? Ice Palace would probably be the next best play.
Yeah, that's probably where I would be heading off to. Maybe the catfish check here. Hasn't checked catfish yet.
Also a good one to get out of the way.
And there's still Fouton and Dark Shadows still synced up almost to running through pod.
Fouton taking just the slightest bit of lead. It's funny, like, you know, 3 players, they could be doing anything in the world, and it just so happens that they're doing the same thing at the same time.
It's pretty great. One of the reasons I love the game.
It's even, yeah, exactly. It's even especially more unlikely with open mode, how it's structured, where you have so much options. You know, one of them could have gone, Dark Shadows could have gone to Ice Palace instead, but
instead, no, hey, let's go see what's in the Palace of Darkness.
Oh man, someone in chat also makes a very good point. With the completion of Eastern, which Fouton will do after this, he'll be able to go route into Pyramid Ferry.
Oh yeah, that does open up.
Dark Shadow's having a little bit of trouble with these red and blue beetles trying to get back onto the land, onto the other side.
They will give you troubles. Plus side here, won't have to worry about them. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say won't have to worry if he jumps back over, but not going that way.
And now we'll be able to see just how convenient, how much easier this dungeon is when you have a mirror that Fouton's not using. I'm not judging, but I'm judging a little. Mirror was in Pendant Tower of Hera from Moldorn.
Yes. That you had to go to Dark Death Mountain to get the hammer for.
Yeah, the only reason Fouton got it early was because he did a sequence break to get the hammer, which made it so his trip up to Tower of Hera was a little bit more convenient. But here's the thing, though. Have we gotten anything of value from that mirror yet, other than convenience? Because who knows? Maybe all of our Go mode items are not mirror blocked. And if Fouton makes the trip into Swamp Palace to find nothing, that could be a pretty big time sink for him.
It very well could be. At this point, we are, 3 items from Go mode? Maybe 4 for Fouton?
Depending on what we need for Meyer. We start looking for the cane, the fire rod.
We know he's going to get the ice rod here in Dark Palace of Dark.
Yes. And we're still looking for the flute. And it depends on if Meyer requires Quake or not.
Meanwhile, Tranq running through Ice Palace, going to get the powder here. Not before too long.
A little high five here. High five. Bye-bye.
Tranq
Nice thing
showing off
here.
just how good the hook shot is against enemies.
I told you. I wouldn't lie. But yeah, Fouton will be able to conveniently mirror out of here, assuming he remembers he has his mirror.
While Dark Shadows will not be able to do such things.
He'll either... Well, we'll see. He might set up for a Death Warp. That would be the fastest, probably.
Yeah, and the fire still hurts, even with the red mail, but killing all of the Kodongos.
He remembered! And he got a red rupee for his trouble. Ooh, Tranq having a little bit of trouble in the Stalfos room. It's weird how it works. Sometimes that bomb, for some reason, just doesn't kill the top Stalfos Knight. It's weird. I don't understand why, but you saw that it didn't kill the top Stalfos Knight, even though it was right next to him.
Yeah, it looked like it should have.
Man,
Just one of those bugs
this game
with
broke.
the game. Yeah.
Dark Shadows electing to walk back instead, which probably would have been faster.
Tranq also getting the bomb jump.
Nice.
Oh, Dark Shadows getting chased around a little bit more by the beetles.
Oh, I've seen that happen where, like, if you get knockback from one of them into that middle bumper, for some reason it just like duplicates the knockback from that, so you'll go like flying off the ledge. It's pretty hysterical, not gonna lie.
Getting your bungee physics on.
Mm-hmm. So if I recall correctly, we didn't actually get... Oh man, hold on. I would love to see Fire Rod at Pyramid Ferry, because that would have forced a Bombos at Ice Palace.
Oh, that would be pretty great. That would be ridiculous. Fouton heading into the Helmsor King fight now.
Yeah, and you see now just how slightly faster Routing Pod was with the mirror in hand.
As long as you remember to use it.
As long as you remember to use it.
Trying finding third item in Ice Palace. Now I'm gonna just be able to go straight to Cold Stare.
Fouton picking up his Ice Rod, and after Dark Shadows finishes this dungeon, our players are pretty much all going to be neck and neck with items, minus that mirror.
Yes, and that mirror could be really, really good for Fouton, or it could, send him off the path.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that he's going to go Eastern into Pyramid Fairy, but the question is, what is his next play going to be after that? If he finds nothing of value at Pyramid Fairy, what's it going to be? He is going to, however, pick up his Cane of Burna here as well, which might send him up to Spike Cave at some point as well.
Oh, it could. Now, is he going to gamble that Armos has the item since he died earlier and then have to come back in again? Is he going to have to go in the penalty box?
That's a good question. And honestly, him missing Burna isn't going to affect him that much. Depends on what safeties our players have when they hit Laser Bridge. But Laser Bridge isn't too bad if you have the boots and know how to do the skip. But for a second, let's talk about Tranq's Cold Stare fight. He's got a lot more health. Just got to play it slow, play it smart, be careful.
Yeah, getting a lot of slashes there in the corner early.
Ooh, you got to be careful. Honestly, like, going for Master Sword slashes are kind of scary because I feel like
so much damage if you miss.
Mm-hmm. And your hitbox with the sword in spins seem to be a little bit bigger.
A little bigger and more consistent.
Now, fortunately for Tranq, he does have the red tunic, which I don't believe Fouton had when he did Cold Stare. But a very nice Cold Stare fight from him nonetheless.
Nice and easy. We got Dark Shadows going into Ice Palace while Tranq is leaving. Fouton did go around to get the cane. Not going to have to dive back in later to look for items.
Yeah, and because Dark Shadows did not have the mirror, they were not able to route in Eastern Palace. And so we'll be able to see, more than likely, the Pyramid Fairy from Tranq first.
Looks like what we're getting now.
Still curious to see if that mirror is going to actually play a part in the scene. Looks like he's checking Shovel spot first. Yeah. He might do Shovel into Bat Cave as well. But we'll see.
Go ahead and check all the fetch quests at once. Get them out of the way. Fouton heading into the Armos fight with Silver Arrows. Should
saw
be
that.
Just really easy.
Mm-hmm. He was setting up for the silver list. And then quickly realized, oh, wait. No, that's wrong. Hold on. That was comical. All right, Tranq going back. Pyramid Fairy. Yeah, I would assume Fouton's going to do the same right afterwards, while Dark Shadows bring up the rear with the Ice Palace play. But we'll have to go back and do Eastern. Of course, he did already finish Desert, so he does have that small lead. But if we find Flute at Pyramid Fairy, then Fouton, when assuming he goes and does that, which it looks like he's doing that next, will be able to do the Mire into Desert play. Well, it depends on where that... We should still looking for that Cadence Maria.
Yeah, but even going down, if the Flute is at the Pyramid Fairy, you can check the Mire area, then just mirror back while you're over there and clear out Land Molus right away too.
Oh, wow. All right. Looks like Fouton's going for the swamp play instead. This could be big. This could be huge.
We'll find out very quickly as Tranq is going to check the Pyramid Fairy.
All right, who is making the better choice? Or not the better choice, but just the right choice. Both are good choices, but... Oh, man. This is scary. What's it going to be? It is a red rupee and a bottle.
Just a bust, so Fouton making the right gamble, it looks like.
Yeah, because at this point, what are our options? I don't think we have any. Do we?
I don't think so.
We've already seen Spike. Fairy's done. We've done all the... I mean, I guess, like, North of Graveyard. I think everything that we have left at this point are mirror locked.
Yeah, everything is either mirror locked or flute locked or Samaria locked.
So eventually, our other players are going to end up having to go up to Tower of Hera. Get that mirror. Keep the party going. Dark Shadows picking up a fairy, safety fairy, for this Cold Stare fight. Not a bad play at all. Better safe than dead.
Always. You never want to have to go all the way back down through Ice Palace to get to Cold Stare.
Oh, this is... Uh-oh. What is Dark Shadows doing? Did
Dark
they...
Shadows fell down after getting the key as opposed to going back to the right.
Oh, okay. Well, a little bit slower of a route, but... After they get this item, they will be able to hookshot back over to the left side and go back upstairs to go check the right side. Not a bad gamble.
No, not at all. Just not happening to pay off this time.
Or I guess they could go straight north and do that routing instead. Nope, looks like they're going to go back across. Alright. Oh! Okay, well, he's going to gonna hit the switch, then go up here anyway. You know, it's a switch. You just got to hit it sometimes.
Yeah. No. Oh, hey, look at that. Fire rod for Fouton.
There's a fire rod. Oh my gosh. Alright, so... That doesn't do anything for him yet, though.
There is an item... No, we've seen...
We got both items in Skull Woods. So we still need to find that Cane of Samaria and the flute. So there's got to be more in this dungeon. But yeah, at this point, that mirror in Tower of Hera off of Moldorn is definitely required. And this is looking very good for Fouton.
Yes, that play, the sequence break into Death Mountain to get that hammer is just ridiculous.
Yeah, because I feel like any normal player would have done the same thing as Dark Shadows did. Without that sequence break, you know, I just went all the way up over here. I don't really want to go back all the way around just to go to a pendant Tower of Hera. Ugh.
Yeah, that just sounds disgusting hearing you say it.
All right, so what do you think the other item is going to have to be in here?
It's got to either be the cane or the flute, right? It's got to be one of them, so let's flip a coin.
Cane or a flute?
I will say it's the flute.
Flute would get him into Mire. But then you'd have to commit to, you know, Cane either like in Mire Shed, Checkerboard, or in Mire itself. Cane of Samaria, on the other hand, would get them into T-Rock. Now the question is, will... Oh, nice. We saw this strat used last night by Yagamoth. Or not last night. It was a couple nights ago, but...
It's a nice strat.
Yeah. As long as you get the spin-off in time. This is one of the strats I'm going to steal. Alright, we got Dark Shadows Cold Stare fight. Let's see how this one goes. Both the other players making really good Cold Stare fights, given their circumstances. Let's see some success from our third player as well. Bringing out the hammer.
Heading over to Tower of Hera finally.
Here we go.
Going to be very happy. Or very sad, depending on your perspective.
Well, who knows? We still haven't seen North of Graveyard, so that could be the next play.
It could. Everyone could.
Dark Shadow's going to have to be a little bit careful. He does have a safety fairy, so he doesn't have to worry too much, but even just the death animation is a little bit of time cost. Now, I wonder if Fouton is going to go back in and check the left side. I would assume he would, but he's kind of setting up for that blind pedestal check.
I would definitely go back in and check it.
And Dark Shadows killing Cold Stare with only one heart left. Saving some time from having a, from a potential death and waiting for that lousy animation to go through. Good fight from all three players.
Yes, very good Cold Stare all around.
Mm-hmm. And getting to see a little hammer strats is always nice. Now the other question is, we still haven't seen another sword. We're kind of running out of places. You think there are going to be 2 swords inside a G Tower?
1 sword in G Tower and 1 sword on the laser bridge.
Oh, there's our laser bridge item.
Got the large shield that is just entirely too big.
A large shield that still doesn't stop BMOS attacks for whatever reason.
Quote unquote reasons.
Exactly. Now, I'm curious, after this, if we don't... Well, no, we have to find something, unless the answer was north of the graveyard.
Oh, yes. And there is an item still Fire Rod locked in Skullwoods. We... Chat.
Oh, yes, we only got Bombos.
We only got
That's
Bombos.
I still like this play by Fouton, going back in and double-checking anyway. We've seen too many runs die because of a skipping left side swamp.
It takes so much less time to just go back inside and check than to skip it and have to come back later when you're saving. Save yourself, minutes as opposed to losing seconds, right?
Yeah, at this rate, I could definitely see Mothula holding Cane of Samaria or something. Or Flute. Yeah, I wonder.
Yeah, definitely.
If we get a Cane of Samaria here, do you think Fouton would knock out Skullwoods and then go straight up to T-Rock? Well, yeah, that would probably be... I would see him do Skullwoods before T-Rock if there's another item in there.
Oh, well,
there it is! Speak of the devil. One more item, though. Oh, we could get Go Mode right here, right now.
You very well could.
Ah, just a red rupee. Well, that is huge. Pendant
Fire
Swamp.
Rod and Cane of Samaria.
That's insane. And it looks like Tranq going to be picking up his mirror and will be making the same play coming right up. And it looks like Fouton is going to go straight for the Skullwoods play. Now, it's not over yet. It depends on that if North of Graveyard ends up holding some...
Yeah, that very well could still have something. Dark Shadows taking on the Armos Knights with the Silvers also. Nice and easy.
Tranq going for the Spike Cave check. Wow, it would be amazing to see a Mothula with the flute or something like that. But at the same time, this is 100% T-Rock access, so you could also see a flute, especially with that Riot Shield in hand. Could definitely see a flute on the Laser Bridge at this point.
Yeah, definitely good.
Maybe we'll get like a sword for Mothula or something.
Oh, that would be fun.
But it looks like Fouton is going to go ahead and... Oh, never mind. He was thinking about it. He's going to get a pedestal check in there somewhere.
It will happen.
Because, for all he knows, that flute could be on the pedestal. And it looks like he's going to go check that right before this, so... Will he do a blind poll? That's the true question.
I would. Right, you got it. Might as well. Here it comes.
He's doing it!
The blind pull for 3 bombs coming up.
Dude, that's going to put him at even 20. Nice.
Excellent.
But the thing is, let's see. Well, no, blind didn't have the only real. So by the logic, the only real pendant boss you had to beat was Moldorn for the mirror. The other 2 had nothing.
You just had to go into Swamp for the Fire Rod and the Cane.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't have to... You didn't even need the hook shot for that, technically. They were both in the first half.
That's
I guess you did need the hook shot, technically, to get the mirror up off of Hera.
Oh, yeah.
So...
But you're still not wrong. Oh, Fouton. Grabbed by the ghoulies. Mistakes were made. Alright, and now Tranq heading in Swamp Palace, where they will find their Fire Rod and their Cane of Samaria. Would be interesting if they route the left side. Do you think they would bail after getting the first 2 items? If they get Fire Rod and Cane of Samaria?
If I get Fire Rod and Cane of Samaria, I definitely bail out of the rest of the dungeon.
Curious. What's with the... Why are you killing Gibdos? Just use Ether Medallion. Or use your silver arrows. They take 1 silver shot.
Yes, the Gibdos do die to the 1 silver. Nice and easy.
I guess he just didn't really want to deal with them at all. Alright, Dark Shadows now checking Batcave. Don't believe we found anything of value in there. Not even anything like really useful. Maybe like a heart piece or something.
Yeah, I don't think it was anything great.
Tranq gonna be getting their Fire Rod here in a second.
Yeah, the heart piece, not nearly as great as the Fire Rod.
Let's see if Mothula has that item. Otherwise, we gotta go back inside and check that 1 chest. Did they get the big key? Oh wow, that was a clean Mothula.
They did now.
Oh, they did now. There it is.
Big key found. And it looks like Tranq is definitely gonna flood the area. We'll see if left side is happening or if it's gonna just go straight to the boss and then come back.
Yeah, we have seen players set it up and then still go ahead and go to the Argus. I can definitely see a full clear of left side first, just because it is Pendant Dungeon. And I believe Tranq already... Actually, no, Tranq doesn't know that what's on the pedestal. Oh, there it is! There it is! And now, our first player to hit potential go mode, because we don't know what the medallion is for Meyer, is Fouton at 1 hour and 27 minutes and some sort of seconds.
So the super convoluted chain of events to get up to Hera, to then get into Swamp, to get the Fire Rod, to get the flute.
Yep. Now,
Lovely.
What if they need Quake for Meyer, and Quake is on the laser bridge? This ain't over.
Disgusting.
Okay,
We shall find out.
I was so close to saying something really stupid and asking where the heck Fouton was going. That would have been embarrassing. Good thing I didn't say anything.
Just need to, play the anthem, free the duck, fly to victory.
I got my kazoo. Just letting you know that I have a kazoo. Just thought you should know.
Noted for the record.
All right, moment of truth. What is the medallion for Meyer?
Oh no, Dark Shadow's taking a fall there in Hera.
It is Bombos. We are officially in go mode. It looks like Fouton's going to go ahead and check the Meyer shit anyway, just in case, he's still kind of looking for a sword. Nobody wants to do Master Sword Ganon.
Yeah, definitely not.
Double Harpies.
Shed's an easy check, nice and quick.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I would even check checkerboard on the way out.
Yeah, might as well. Got a mirror back to go over to desert anyway.
Oh my gosh, Fouton. Getting a little excited. Alright, Dark Shadows making their way through Hera. They just gotta head up, kill Mulder, and then they'll get their mirror. And Tranq gonna go ahead and complete this dungeon despite getting both items. Still a good play. You never know. You could get go mode in here, or they might be thinking, well, we don't have all the medallions, so it could be Quake at Meyer.
Yeah, or even still thinking pedestal for the flute or something.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you're already here, you might as well just assume that it's going to be a pedestal seat at this point.
Yeah, with the lack of progression for a while, then okay, now here's 2 items, but that doesn't really open up a whole lot yet.
But yeah, because he's still looking for the flute, so he could easily find the flute in here.
There's the mirror for Dark Shadows.
Oh yeah, and because of how he routed it, he had to go back up to once he got that big key. Double check.
Yes.
All right,
Food.
what kind of mire are we gonna get today? Are we gonna get a god mire? Gonna get that first chest with the big key?
Can we get the hover mire right here? Come on.
Hover mire? Ah,
Not
oh.
quite. Maybe it'll be here in the spikes, and it'll still be close.
The hover mire is if there's a big key right there, or there's a big key right there, you can just hover across the bridge and not have to worry about getting small keys. But we got the next best mire, the spike mire.
Nice and easy, no searching, no having to wait for long animations that don't do anything.
Exactly. All right, Tranq, fighting the Argus, and it looks like Dark Shadows is going to take that mirror and immediately check north of Graveyard. Now, I don't recall if we've seen this yet, but if this ends up being like a sword or something.
We have not seen this, I don't believe.
See, for some reason, I thought it was like 300 rupees, but I could be wrong.
It could be.
But, you know, we've seen so many 300 rupees, I just want all of it to be 300 rupees.
There have been lots of 300 rupees tonight.
Can we have just like a bot, like a 300 rupee boss? It could be like Greed and Binding of Isaac.
It would be fun. Let's do it. Carcat, please.
Oh, just
piece
a
of
heart,
heart.
please. All right, Fouton making his way. Oh, do that. There he goes, and he'll have the silver arrows in hand and plenty of arrows, so he'll be able to make quick of this.
Tranq gonna check bombos.
Some of Fouton's gambling paying off because he did skip Spike Cave. He did skip Double Chested Fairy or Pyramid Fairy. Just focusing on those dungeons. And, you know, it's kind of a... Oh, wow. Vitreous with the Tempered Sword.
Seems good.
All these bosses just having exactly what they needed.
Very, very happy to find that, I would bet.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about that. Dark Shadow's going to be checking the Circle of Bushes and then going straight into checking Gary's lunchbox. While Tranq... I believe they just checked North of Graveyard. Or about to check. Yeah, they're about to check North of Graveyard. Oh, no. They're going to Skullwoods. Never mind. About to get that flute.
Yeah. Kill Mothula, get the flute.
And then basically do what Fouton did. Yeah, this is nice. He won't have to check Checkerboard Cave for him. He can just go straight over to... straight up to T-Rock and knock that one out. So... yeah, the rest from here on out is just finding that big key and then executing well.
Yep. Pretty much.
And just think.
Go ahead.
This all started from a sequence break, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. The Super Bunny
has had the lead ever since he found that hammer from Super Bunny Cave.
The rarest of V26 sequence breaks at that.
Yeah, exactly. That was so last turny.
Tranq going to the pedestal also now.
Ooh. Now he should be able to get his portal back. Yeah, it's a little scary there. It was either going to be a mirror bonger, or he might not have the... Oh, he's also going to go a double blind pull.
2 blind pulls. And one person smart enough to just go check it. Yay, bombs.
Fouton now getting his 6th crystal.
Making quick work of the land molus.
Oh, and Tranq getting a mirror bonk, unfortunately.
Oh no.
He might have to wrap back around. Oh, he got it. Good.
That's always worrisome.
Yeah, that's never fun. Especially because he doesn't have a convenient way to get back. Like, he couldn't, because he doesn't have the flute yet. So he'd actually have to walk all the way back. Go into the Dark World again and walk all the way back again.
Dark Shadows wasting no time on the swamp play now.
Now, since he knows what's on the pedestal, do you think he'll just get his 2 items and then go?
Probably.
Or will we see a full clear from him? We've already seen full clears from both Fouton and Tranq, but they also didn't know what was at the pedestal, so they were going for that pedestal play.
Knowing that the pedestal isn't required, I would not be surprised if after the second progression, okay, I'm done here, and just gamble to not go further in.
And hopefully they don't just grab the fire rod and bail. Because we've seen that happen before, where they get a progression item, they're like, alright, I'm good, let's go. And
Nice
then
Mothula fight there from Tranq. Getting the big key. Has to go back in for the flute, though.
We determined earlier that it was Ether Medallion, which they got at Sahasrah's hut. So they've had T-Rock access for so long. Just didn't have the cane.
Yep, got the cane and the fire rod same time there. Get your full T-Rock access.
Now, I wonder if we're gonna get a quick T-Rock or if it's gonna be like vanilla Big Key.
Oh, it would be nice to have the key over there on the right side.
The nice thing is, more often than not, all the players will be able to go mode, at least T-Rock. Or T-Rock and Meyer.
Yeah. They'll be in go mode for the Meyer now with Tranq getting the flute.
Dark Shadows picking up their fire rod and they're saying, let's go! I'm not done here. It's only 1 item, I think. Small key in the first chest.
Getting the swag duck now for Tranq.
Yeah, at this point, it's a pretty huge gap between first and second and third. And it just came down so far to just, I don't know, just routing choices, pretty much.
Routing choices and just the Super Bunny is really the difference today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would have been interesting to see how Fouton might have routed up to Hera had he not done the Super Bunny.
Oh, there's the big key on the right side.
Nice. So no vanilla big key. Which potentially means we might not even see a laser bridge at this point.
It's definitely possible. Just the real laser skips right there.
Tranq now making their way into Meyer. Dark Shadows is a couple screen transitions away from their Kano Samaria. Now the big question is if they're going to bail immediately or not. They still have to go do Skullwoods, get their crystal, get their flute, activate it, and then make their way to Meyer. So, significant lead for Fouton, unless he does more stuff like this. And then a significant lead for Tranq. Oh wow, there's Quake. For Tranq over Dark Shadows.
Yeah, definitely. And there is Quake, not that it will matter anymore.
And it looks like Dark Shadows is going to go ahead and keep going. Which is fine. It's not a bad play. Because if you could find Flute in here, then you'd be in go mode right then and there.
And, you know, you found 2 things, and there are still more items. Might as well.
Now, I wonder if they'll bail out... Did Argus give them any... What did Argus have? Did Argus have an item? I don't remember. I'm wondering if they'll bail out before fighting Argus.
I don't remember what Argus had either. We will surely find out here shortly, though. Tranq finding that nice spike big key. Happy to see that. Go straight to Vitreous.
That extremely late mirror, you got to be thinking, oh man, I'm super far behind. I got to start making some crazy gambles. But at the same time, that all depends on how the player plays. If they're the type to gamble or not.
comes down to, all right, now I got to gamble hard, or I need to stay here and check these things because I don't want to gamble on leaving them behind. So nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I was about to say... Oh, wow. Well, there's Gold Sword. I was not about to say that, initially. But I was thinking... Your magic's pretty low. You should probably not use Kena Samari, otherwise you might not have enough magic to go across the bridge.
Oh yeah, that definitely can happen.
DarkShadows gonna go ahead and go for the Argus fight, and they'll probably go back in because they still need to check that big chest. Tranq making their way up to Vitreous, and Fouton getting bailed out, not having to do laser bridge at all.
Be very happy to see that key there. Nice and easy trip around to Trinex. While we have the dueling boss fights going on for the other two players.
Could have had a triple. Oh, baby. Silver Arrows making easy work of Vitreous every time. But yeah, all three players having to do Master Sword, forced Master Sword Argus. Well, I guess that's not really forced since we didn't actually have to fight him.
The optional Master Sword Argus.
More than likely, all three of our players, or the other two players, are also going to end up getting that gold sword.
I would assume so. Being on the key hunt, it's right there on the way.
Now, something worth pointing out is that Tranq does still have to go do Desert, but DarkShadows does not. So they'll be heading over to Skullwoods, getting their flute, and then they could just go right into Mire. But
yeah, that will save a little bit of time.
Yeah, not much though, because finishing out Desert is not that big of a time sink.
Fouton getting bodied from Trinex's back a little bit.
Yeah, not getting to switch his weapon quick enough.
Tranq heading straight back to the Land Molus fight. Should be pretty fairly easy with the Fire Rod. Or the Silvers, either one.
Alrighty, that's Trinex for you guys. So it's at that point in the race that we always have to go ahead and ask, what do you think that big key is going to be? What do you think is going to be, Clifford? Where do you want it?
I always guess Bob Chest because Bob's awesome.
He's pretty okay. Except in one hit KO. Then he's my enemy.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah, Bob and I had a bit of a falling out a couple months back. So.
What about you? Where do you think it's going to be?
We've got a lot of time to spare. Let's put it in that tile room.
All right.
Let's let our other players catch up a little bit. Because, as the rule is, tile rooms always last. Unless you're weird. A weirdo.
You're weird or think you're way behind.
A goofy gambler.
I wouldn't know anyone like that.
Not a single?
Nobody.
Yeah, this just goes to show how big of a time difference there are between all the three players. Tranq still having to go finish off all of T-Rock, while DarkShadows still has to finish Skullwoods, finish Mire, and then finish T-Rock.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we did get a small key on the right side, but Fouton's decided, I'm not gonna go that way, that's dumb. Let's go this way.
No Hiei strats for Fouton tonight.
Item number 3, another small key.
Rip Bob.
Bob's dead, and the people rejoiced. But they raised their hands in the air and did some jazz hands. Yay! Well, most of us. And chest number 4 is going to be another small key.
All of the keys early.
Followed by a blue rupee at 5, red rupee at 6, and 50 rupees at 7, because it's exactly what we needed. More rupees.
Game's just making sure you have plenty of potion money. in
Oh,
case
man.
you need it for the Ganon fight, you know?
I don't know. I don't think any potion in the world can save you from getting knocked down the hole by Stalfos, who is also going to immediately block you from getting across conveniently. Wow, you didn't have to kill him. All right, chest number 8. Bomb upgrade. DarkShadows having a little bit of trouble with this Mothula fight.
Yeah, Mothula giving him a little bit of grief.
Giving him the business. He's got plenty of health, but no magic. And Fouton's, or not Fouton. Fouton is not the moth. I was about to say Fouton hanging out up in the top left corner.
Not quite. That will be the big key there for Dark Shadows. Should be getting the flute very shortly, and we'll have all 3 players in go mode.
Chest number 9 is going to be a compass.
Hey, now they know where Agate 2 is.
Ah, now they could go to the rando room. Oh wait, no, they need a map to do that.
Yes, that would help. Oh well, they got there anyway.
Chest number 10, a red rupee. 11, 50 rupees.
All the rupees.
12, 13. Wow. I've never seen so much junk. But at the same time, there isn't really anything left that we can get. We saw the bug net. That was skipped by Fouton. We haven't seen the cape yet, but other than that, we have everything. Except for one more bottle. Because we know one was in desert.
And we know one was at the Lumberjacks, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right. So, yeah.
So that's everything. It's just a bunch of junk in Ganon's tower. Junk and a key. Junk,
a key, and a cape. If they don't get to 2,000 rupees, I'm going to DQ all of them. Because I have that power. I don't have that power. Chest number 14. Because it's Bob's chest, so of course you would know what it is. Because you love Bob's chest.
I do.
Dark Shadows activating their flute, where they're going to head right on over to Meyer. Tranq making their way on over, grabbing that small key. Fouton getting stomped. What do we got in chest number 15? It is a heart piece. 16. The bat.
Hey,
17.
By the random.
More bombs. Oh, sweet. Well, with that in mind, now that we know it's on the right side, unless it's tile room, I wonder if our other 2 players will make the route to do the full right, at least to the compass room, given that there was a small key in the first chest.
With the key there, I would. I always like to go right if the key is there in the first 2 chests.
It's definitely the safe route to make.
The way I see it, the only way to lose a whole lot of time in Ganon's tower is to go left when it's on the right-hand side.
Oh man, Fouton making the tile room play. This is supposed to be number 22. Oh, again! It's the second time he's gotten grabbed by that. I would assume he's going to skip the tile room this time. Now I especially want the big key to be in there.
Oh, and there's Tranq getting the butter sword. Definitely opened the big chest. Kind of laggy, we didn't see it, but...
Oh, there it is! Cape was in Checkerboard Cave.
So just junk in Ganon's tower tonight.
And it looks like Fouton's going to give it another try.
Yep, gonna... First you don't succeed, try again.
Oh, that's true. We are also missing half magic.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about half magic.
That's a good item.
Half magic hiding in the validation chest, probably.
Alright, moment of truth. Was it Big Key Tile Room? Do I win the big prize? I do!
You do!
Whee!
You did the thing. You win my begrudging respect.
Oh, I can't sell that for money.
No, you can't. Sadly.
Wow. Tile room. What are the odds?
1 in 22, I think.
Are you sure?
Just about.
Well, it couldn't be a Willard commentary stream without me at least guessing something right. Though I'm surprised I haven't seen any Burn the Witches this time, so... It's old news now. Oh, Willard guessed something right? Oh, great. Oh, boy. Oh.
Yeah, now it's just expected that it happens. The novelty has worn off.
Yeah. It's old news. Alrighty, Tranq. Fighting through this Trinex fight. Dark Shadow is going to be getting that quick mire.
Yep, going to be very happy to see that key straight back to Vitreous. No searching required. Nice quick Trinex kill there on the last phase.
Oh, apparently one of our brave contestants actually guessed the correct number that was at Tile Room, so it is a shared victory.
Congratulations, you also win my begrudging respect.
Tranq picking up their last crystal, though unfortunately, just based on how most players play or route G Tower, a Tile Room is definitely not in the sights at the beginning. You know, most players will do Tile Room last.
Yeah, I would definitely do Tile Room last. So we'll see.
It is a big commitment. Was it like 30 seconds?
30 or 35.
Dark Shadows heading downstairs into the dark rooms, going to be making their way all the way up to Vitreous, where they will find their tempered sword. Fouton begrudgingly making his way through the gauntlet with zero respect for it.
Bit of clean gauntlet though, so far.
Getting some
nice and easy.
Getting some convenient fairy drops from these enemies. That's the second one we've seen. Oh man, and getting the nice Stalfos lineup for the silvers.
That's always great. Always feel good when that happens.
For anyone just joining, the only pendant that was required was Tower of Hera, because Moldorn ended up having the mirror, which was required to get 2 items out of Pendant Swamp. But other than that, the other 2 pendant bosses were not required.
Now, Thieves Town wasn't required at all. There was nothing in Thieves Town.
Yeah, Thieves Town could have been 100% skipped. But of course, you know, it's Thieves Town. People like to make the play on Thieves Town early.
No, the pedestal wasn't required, but we did see 2 players blind pull it anyway.
We sure did. I'm so glad we did.
It's always the best.
It's one of those things where it's like, I've already committed to getting all these pendants. I might as well do it for the... Gotta do it for the fans.
And there's Tranq going right side, but skipping the tile room.
So we will get to see what's in here. Maybe we'll see half magic.
Red rupee and then the heart piece, just more money.
Missing the other 2 items. No half magic as far as I can tell. Oh, Fouton dropping. He's going to have to wait it out a little bit maybe. Or attempt his luck and try and light all the torches anyway. Oh, nope.
Oh, running around.
He's going to have to wait again.
Dark Shadows making easy work of Vitreous with the silver arrows. Going to be heading straight up to Turtle Rock now. Fouton waiting a little bit so as to not despawn the whole of Ganon's tower. Yeah,
honestly, it's been a long time since we've seen that happen in a tournament race. I can't actually remember the last time we've seen a despawn. I believe we had something of a sort in like the qualifier, but never in an actual race. But
yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody did it in the qualifiers.
Mm-hmm.
Although it could still happen. You could still fall to Trolldorm with the... I don't know, something if you poke Trolldorm and then get knocked off the side, it unlocks the camera and you can despawn the tower that way too.
See, I thought it was if you do like a spin attack on him, because I did a spin attack on him during my race today and I was like, please don't break the game, please don't break the game.
I only know that it happens because it happened to me once in the 2v2 tournament, but I don't know how it happens.
Yeah,
but it's no worries. They are just 2 quick slashes for Fouton.
You just gotta pray that it doesn't happen.
Pretty much.
Alrighty, and Dark Shadows making their way into T-Rock. Tranq going to be doing that full left clear. So it looks like Tranq is going to be going for the tile room last.
Yeah.
The race, if he had gone for tile room first, the race would have been a little bit closer. But this is definitely Fouton's game to lose right now. Already at Aga 2.
Yeah. And at Aga 2 at an hour 55 minutes, you got to think that he thinks he's behind at this point, probably.
Mm-hmm. Man, I can't believe we're at an hour and 55 minutes.
Yeah, right?
I think that only counted as a 1. Not 100% sure.
That one looked like 2.
So 1, 1, 2. 1. Alrighty, that's Aga 2 for you.
On to the Ganon fight.
At this rate, at least one of our players will be able to get a sub 2. Which, not all seeds are sub 2.
No, definitely not anymore.
Tranq going to be making their way to Bob's chest, as well as fighting off Ice Armos. Dark Shadows about to get their big key. Fouton, drop it in. Getting ready for this easy Ganon fight with Buttersword and Silvers.
Shouldn't be very long of a fight at all.
Not at all.
And Tranq with the Ice Armos, nice and easy again. Silvers make Armos so easy.
It really does.
Butter making Ganon Phase 2 also very easy.
Nothing but 1 cycles these days. Now all I want to see to top off this amazing seed is a triple on Ganon.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Oh man, something worth
of a quadruple.
I have. I've never seen it. I'd like to. Fouton doesn't know the quad. He wouldn't know how to do it. He'd fall if he tried to do it. Oh no! And he thought Ganon was go down to the bottom left or bottom right. Instead, he went up to the top, so Fouton couldn't get the easy hit on him. Oh man!
Oh, no.
Just barely slicing it a little too early. Fouton! That's 1.
And now Tranq doing the tile room, about to get the big key.
There's 2. This should be a double. And there it is.
That's it.
Ganon is dead. We just gotta wait for him to walk through that door. He'll be in that door right about the same time that Tranq gets their big key. Maybe a little sooner. Fouton, finishing first place with a time of 1:57.50, solidifying his spot in the bracket stages of the secondary tournament. Congratulations, Fouton. GG. Let's get him in here.
All right.
Congratulations, Fouton, on your victory. How are you feeling right now?
Oh no, it was awful. It was so
What do you mean?
sad.
Oh,
It was sub
GG.
2.
It was sub 2 and I pulled the pedestal, so overall I'm happy about that. But
okay.
I played so bad at some spots.
You weren't the only one that pulled the pedestal, so you're good.
I was so nervous at the start. I walked right by Sahashala, and then I died in the chest room in Eastern. Oh no.
Oh, we saw that. People don't forget. We just thought it was some sort of fancy routing option.
I was like,
not the death.
Sahashala is okay. That's fine. And then I died before the chest, and I was like, that's not fine. That's not fine at all.
Well, fortunately for you, it wasn't anything remotely useful.
Yeah. If I got it, I would have done Spike Cave and probably wasted time. So.
Yeah, I think it only had a piece of heart. So.
I believe so.
This seed was pretty close from the start. You were, I believe, the first one to get the hook shot, which allowed you to route Eastside Death Mountain. And once you had the Titan mitts, the Super Bunny play was what kept you in the lead like this entire time. Right now, your opponents are, one is just now starting the gauntlet, and the other one is just now heading to the Kanasamari Bridge in Turtle Rock. So.
Cool. Yeah. I was really happy to find the hammer there. I was like, that should really pay off because I don't think anyone else does Super Bunny that often, so it should help a lot.
You know, we were definitely talking about it being the rarest of sequence breaks that you'll see in V26.
Yeah, because that was usually a norm for the version 18 tourney. We saw that a lot, but you rarely see someone not have the Moon Pearl by then.
Yeah, it's a really early item now.
And because you ended up having the hammer when you eventually went back up with the Moon Pearl, or when you eventually went back up to do Hookshot Cave, you were able to pop into Tower of Hera and got that mirror, which, you know, mirror ended up playing a pretty significant part in the seed with Fire Rod and Kena Samaria being in Swamp. And the other players ended up... Mirror was like their last item that they got. That was the last thing they could really do until they could do, accomplish anything else. So
yeah,
early Mirror definitely paying off.
I had a feeling pedestals or pendant dungeons were going to be big, but I was so close to leaving Swamp when I got the cane, because I was like, one item that should be really good, because I was going in there instead of the big bomb, because I was like, I need at least 2 items to be able to do anything good right now, so I need something more than just those 2 chests. It's got to be more. So I went Swamp first, and it looked like it was going to work, and then I thought I can probably do... What did I have at the time? Could I do T-Rock at that point? Because I was thinking about it.
Because you got Fire Rod and Cane in Swamp, so you could have gone up and done T-Rock at that point.
Oh, sorry. I'm thinking I got Fire Rod and almost left.
Oh, okay.
Skull Woods and check the pedestal. That's what my thought was. So I was like, well, I have to beat the boss because pedestal. Hey, it's a pedestal seed. I know it. So that's what I was doing. And then I was like, if I skip these 2 left chests that have 2 items, I could just flat out lose.
It ended up working out because you got the Fire Rod, went straight to Argus, right? And then you went back in to check left side.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that would have been a game changer right there had you decided to go elsewhere. But I mean, let's say you did leave. You got your Fire Rod. You would have gone to Skull Woods. You would have got your flute. Then you probably might have gone into Mire without the Kena Samaria, or done. Well, you couldn't have done T-Rock anyway, so you would have run out of options pretty quickly.
Yeah. But I didn't check I didn't check the big bomb chest. I didn't check the mirror spot above the graveyard. I didn't check Spike Cave. So it's like there's a lot of things that still could have made me waste. I didn't check Ice Rod. What was that Ice Rod?
50 rupees?
Yeah, I think it was 50 rupees. It was money.
Wait. No. I thought it was
either.
No, it wasn't a tunic.
No, I had all tunics.
Yeah.
Agna and something earlier.
Okay, full heart. It was nothing huge, so yeah, so a lot of those overworld items that you skipped ended up being pretty much nothing. Well, the only other thing we saw was Cape was in Checkerboard Cave. That's about it.
Yeah. It's funny too, because the way... Oh, sorry?
Tranq took a fall to Trollorn just now, but got it the second time.
That's good. So let's talk about that tile room. What made you decide to knock that out first instead of going for the full right, especially after getting grabbed?
I don't know. I just had I think my run against Dozapone had one there as well.
Okay.
And I was just feeling it. I don't because I don't want to go all the way right side mirror and then go back in, because why? I mean, it's usually going to save me time, but I don't know. I just felt like actually doing the tile room. One of the things that I do when I think it's tile room is if I have pretty much every key before the tile room side is when I think tile room has something. That's when I do it. Because if you can think that it's not a small key, I get the feeling that it's a big key otherwise. So that's what I went with.
Wait, how many keys did you have when you went?
I had 4 leaving the Stalfos room, so I believe there was 1 remaining key in the basement, if there was a key in the basement at all.
Minus the one that was underneath the skull pot?
Yeah.
Or including that one? Okay.
Minus that one.
And there goes Act 2 for Tranq, about to head into the Ganon fight.
So, you got your revenge, feeling better, get to move on and keep playing in the tournament. How you feeling about your overall? How you feeling you're going to do in the second part of the tournament? So, hope for a good matchup.
I need to do a lot more SL races to calm myself down, because I was so stressed at the start and at the end that I kind of just messed up repeatedly.
Yeah, there was a few execution errors here and there. Mostly getting the Skull Woods was weird. You decided to kill all the Gibdos, which I thought was interesting.
I wanted magic because I didn't really think about the fact that I had a Master Sword. I was just kind of like, in that mode of I don't have half magic and I'm not using a tempered sword, so I want more
Okay.
magic. So I was trying to save as much as I could, and I
Mhm.
haven't
That
really
makes a lot more
gotten
sense.
the strat of dodging them yet. I could have just
Yeah.
boomeranged them. That would have made sense.
That's true. Or silvers. Or
You
ether.
died a one silver arrow also.
There's a few items I don't know hurt them, apparently.
But yeah, this is definitely a race worth watching. It was a lot up in the air at the beginning of the race, and then that huge lead that you took kind of just kept you in the lead forever. We were wondering if some of your gambles were going to end up not paying off in the end, but they just kept working.
Yeah, that's how V26 works. Sometimes you just play stupid, and because of that, you end up doing better off. So
Yeah,
That is
and
so true.
it was interesting to see a version where it really was just like, I can do this dungeon. I'm gonna go do this dungeon that I just got from doing this dungeon. You know, it's just dungeon hopping pretty much.
yeah,
The bow at Blacksmith's, though, I guess could have been one that you could have easily missed. But when you got the powder in ice, I'm assuming you were instantly like, well, now I can go do Pyramid or go do Blacksmith's and check the back cave.
I actually forgot about it entirely. My thought was just, I was about to go to Swamp, and then I was just like, I really don't want to go to this long pendant dungeon just in case. So I decided to do that first.
And that's going to be GG for Tranq, taking out Ganon, finishing.
With a 206.11.
That's a nice time for this seed.
Yeah, despite a tile room, G Tower.
Yeah. Tile Room G Tower and the most convoluted Death Mountain I've seen in a long time.
Now, this was posted earlier during the race at the start of it, but Tranq was actually the first one out when they were from the qualifier scores of who got into the main tournament versus who got into the secondary tournament. I believe they only took the top 87, and he was 88. So.
Oh, wow.
I was wondering who the first seed is because I knew I was the last seed.
Oh yeah, because you forfeit from the one qualifier match you did, correct?
Yeah, I picked up a Quake and I was like, this is a pedestal seed, and I gave up.
Fair enough. Ain't got time. Well, hopefully well, I guess now it doesn't matter if you forfeit in the matches since your finishing time doesn't really play a part any longer. Moving into the bracket stages.
I can use my trademark again and forfeit races.
There you go. Dark Shadows now heading into the Ice Armos. Yeah, that's the thing. How do you route Tile Room? Because nobody does Tile Room first. Ever. Do you just kind of... We were actually surprised to see you do it before doing full right side, or finishing the right side. Because usually that's always a chest number 22 scenario.
Yeah, I really wanted to do that. I was thinking about it, but again, the key count is what made me want to do it earlier.
So it's an interesting way to look at it, because oftentimes you do end up finding like 3 keys in the Stalfos room.
Yeah, that is... I've seen that a lot. Lots of keys.
Oh, and Tranq running out of magic. Thankfully finding that little magic decanter over there. We're going to bring Tranq in. And we brought Tranq in. Welcome, Tranq.
GG.
Tranq is currently muted.
GG Tranq.
Tranq, you there?
Hello.
Hey! Alright. GG on the race. How about that towel room?
Yeah, I did not want it to be there, but I should have gambled.
I believe, if I recall correctly, Clifford, do you recall how far along the gauntlet Fouton was when Tranq got into G Tower?
He was in the second room of the gauntlet, I think.
Okay. So it could have been a lot closer.
Maybe a little further.
But, oh wow, and Dark Shadows actually going for the towel room grab instead of doing the right side, I think. Yeah. Yes. No, they did right side, then they did left side
first. But
then they did. Okay. That's the worst scenario. Yeah, how'd you feel about the seat overall?
I thought it wasn't too bad. I thought it was pointing towards a pedestal pull, so I went for it.
Funny enough, both you and Fouton blind pulled the pedestal.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Dark Shadows actually checked it relatively early, but they also... It was really weird. They routed the game differently because they ended up getting their Moon Pearl in tight mids before even checking the Sahasrara Eastern area. So they didn't have book, but so then it was about midway through when they found the book and then decided to check it. Yeah, I gotta say, like, the biggest difference maker for the seed was the mirror at Moldorm, and Fouton actually did the Super Bunny trick when they were first up into Death Mountain and got the hammer extremely early, which allowed them to route some stuff a little bit differently. But they ended up saving a lot of time along the way, and as well as having the mirror for like pod, so Fouton didn't have to do any like death warps or weird routing options, and was able to just mirror right in and do Eastern. Tranq, you were actually the first one to get the bow. We actually missed it on our end, so all of a sudden we see you fighting Armos Knights, and we're like, "Wait, when did this happen? What did I miss?"
Yeah, it was a little awkward there for a second.
Yeah, the bow at the I think it was at the Smith was where it was. I tried to pick up the Smith. I tried to go to the dungeon. I forgot I couldn't take him with me.
Oh yeah, we saw that too. We were like, "No, he's got to save and quit out." Yeah, it's weird. There's certain places that he can't go. I believe it's any sort of like cave or dungeon. Well, obviously certain dungeons, but like caves. I think it's only caves that have like exits or anything. Because like you can't take him. You can take him up to like North of Graveyard or Hype Cave, but you can't take him up to Death Mountain or something like that.
You can drop into Skullwoods with him, but not walk into the front door.
You could drop into Ganon with him. I'm pretty sure.
That's a quick land bonus 2 there for Dark Shadows. Gonna be heading on up to the Samaria routes.
But yeah, it was interesting that all three players fought Argus, had to do Master Sword Argus, and more importantly, Master Sword Cold Stare out of all three of you guys. How are you guys feeling about having to go into that Cold Stare fight that early?
I didn't think it was too bad because I was actually planning on using Hammer originally on him, and then I decided just to go straight for Master Sword.
I was practicing a lot of Hammer before the fight, or before the race on that exact fight, and sucked at it, so I'm glad I had at least a Master Sword for that.
Did you even use the hammer, or did you like get hit once and said, "Nope, I'm putting it away"?
I didn't bother at all. I like spins with the Master Sword because it's just temper sword hits, and that makes me comfortable.
We actually did see like 3 different strategies for that boss fight. Fouton mostly only doing spins, Tranq doing mostly sword, and Dark Shadows doing mostly hammer. So
Yeah,
it was fun to watch all 3 of you guys, and all you guys did it successfully without deaths, despite not having like any safeties, no fire rod, none of that. So that was fun to watch.
Definitely was a lot of fun to watch. I love seeing Cold Stare strats.
But yeah, GG's to both you guys finishing this heck of a seed. Unfortunately, Tranq, this is your last race. Will we? I hope to see. We'll be seeing you in the next tournament, of course. And we were just talking about the fact that you were one rank away from making it into the main tournament. I believe someone was recalling that. That's how.
Yeah, I was the 88th place in the qualifiers.
Yeah. Did you have fun in the secondary tournament?
Yeah, it was a blast. I definitely want to do some more of this.
Do you think you would have done equally as good, better, or worse in the main tournament? Now that we've seen kind of the skill level of all the players in there.
Oh, probably far worse. I've seen the skill level, and they're really good.
Fair enough. Well, if anything, this has been a nice... Because I don't know how much Randomizer you've done prior to the tournament, so if anything, this was definitely a nice little kind of intro into it, and you've definitely honed in on your skills. I mean, getting a 206 and a crazy seed like this is pretty admirable. So... But yeah, definitely look forward to seeing you in the next one. We got Dark Shadows bringing out the bug net.
The only real way to fight Aghanim 2.
Mm-hmm. Either that, or you got to go with the net dash strats. It's always a good one too.
Oh yeah.
But
not that Fouton would know anything about the net.
I wouldn't. I saw it. I was so close to picking it up. I was just like, I don't need that. And then in Ganon's Tower, I was like, God, I really wish I had a net right now. I could catch a fairy.
Well, it was funny because we did get two empty bottles, and then one was at Lumberjack and one was in Desert, but based on just how routing went, you never actually had to go back into Desert with the boots, so you never got the red potion. But no players took an opportunity to buy potions. I guess, you don't really need it when you have this, 18, 17 hearts, red mail, gold sword.
Did anyone find half magic?
Nope.
No half magic.
Cape was at checkerboard.
Oh.
Half magic was the only thing we never found.
Probably in the big chest in Ganon's Tower. Now we got Dark Shadows into the Ganon fight.
He's got to be careful, though. He's only got 3 hearts. He's only got 1 heart.
I believe there's a safety fairy, though.
Oh, yeah. You might be right.
I'm not 100% on that.
All right, moving into finishing up now phase 3. Gonna be heading into phase 4 pretty soon. Yeah, I don't think any of our players opened up any of the chests along the gauntlet. And we also, of course, didn't see Mimic Cave either.
Or the laser bridge.
Oh, this is bad. He's out of magic.
Oh
Just
no.
barely missing that fire rod shot, so unless he can get like 2 doubles here. No, he probably waited a little too long. He might. It's gonna be close. Nope. Yeah, he's gonna have to do the fight over. Ah, that's unfortunate. Oh no! He got fire batted while falling.
That's not good. Gonna waste that fairy. Oh, that's rough.
Oh gosh, it's like insult to injury. Jeez, Ganon, why you gotta be a jerk?
But now, at least that will free up one of the bottles to get a green potion, if that's how he wants to go about getting magic.
Yeah, what is the most effective way to get magic? Probably just go buy some.
Yeah, that's what I would think. Just flute up to 2.
It's either that or flute to 3 and then run up and dash into the tree. But I don't. No, it's still. This is a better shot because you can get your heal up.
Yeah, get the heal from the guy, buy all the blue potions. Once you use your green potion, just get fully kitted out for your fight. Alright, now with full health and magic and more potions, gonna head back for round 2 with Ganon.
That was weird. Both the Hinoxes were standing next to him facing. That was kind of terrifying.
They're just hanging out,
Just doing their thing.
And then boom, a pug just appears right between them. Like,
Yeah, it's gotta be a little concerning.
an easy phase 1 Ganon. Should be an easy phase 2 also.
Yeah, I don't think. I might be. No. When Dark Shadow went into. Or before he went to Aga 2, he didn't get like the safety fairies or the magic refill. But this would have been over if that fire rod didn't miss. But it had to miss by like.
It was very close.
Mm-hmm. The problem is sometimes when the torches go out, your inputs can get eaten. So it can also cause you to miss the torch glitch.
Broken game.
Stupid broken game that we love.
Now getting trolled a little bit by Ganon warps.
Yeah, now that he has to do the fight over, he's getting a different pattern than he did previously. Only able to get one on that side.
Gets the torch glitch that time.
To get another one. And a third one.
One more to go.
Once you're up to the edge, once Ganon's up to the edge, you can't hit him anymore.
And that's 4.
Here we go. GG's to Dark Shadow. Just gotta walk through that door, and then we'll be done with our tiebreaker race. Finishing with a time of 2:20:38. Congratulations to all of our racers.
Yeah,
See
GG
if
to everyone.
Dark Shadows wants to come on in here. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Definitely take a look back and just see how the beginning went. It was a very interesting beginning, definitely.
Definitely was. If you
Some
like what you
weird item
saw,
placement.
everybody, make sure to give these guys a follow.
Yeah,
on
support
a great
our
race.
guys. Let's find a Dark Shadows wants to pop in here. So I forget, which I shouldn't forget, since I'm kind of like...
I believe that Twitch link for Dark Shadows is wrong.
Does it also say Dark Shadow? Oh, it says Death Shadows. It's like a combination of their name and your name, Fouton. But yeah, with this, I don't know when the next stages start, but they got to be coming up pretty soon. We still have a few more
The
races.
non-tiebreaker deadline is tomorrow, I believe. No, yeah, tomorrow. And then tiebreakers all next week before the brackets start the week after that, or something to that effect.
Gotcha. Hey, Dark Shadows. Man, oh man. GG's.
Hey, thanks.
How you feeling about that doozy?
Oh, I can't believe Thieves Town, A, had all the items shoved in the back of it, and B, didn't even have anything.
Oh yeah, we saw you went back in to check the big chest since you went in there without the hammer, just to get that lovely heart piece. So yeah, let's break it down. Basically, you guys are all pretty much neck and neck. Dark Shadow, you were the first one to go up and get the Titan mitts, I believe.
Yes.
And then Moon Pearl, which sent you into the Dark World early, missing the hookshot and book. Not that the book was of any value, but you were able to check the pedestal pretty soon, or once you got it. But what was the biggest deal maker / breaker was the other players got the hookshot early, so they were able to check Death Mountain a little bit more efficiently. And when Fouton was up there, he did the Super Bunny trick into Super Bunny Cave, thus getting his hammer early. And so when he eventually went back up there to do Hookshot Cave, because he didn't have the Moon Pearl at the time, he routed into Tower of Hera and getting the mirror extremely early, which allowed him to not only route Pod quicker, but was the first one to get in the swamp and find both Kane and Fire Rod. But for the most part, all you guys did pretty much everything. Fouton skipping a few locations like Pyramid Ferry, Spike Cave. But yeah, we got 2 blind pulls of the pedestal from Fouton and Tranq. All 3 of you killed Argus as well. But yeah, that was the gist of it. So it was a very fun to watch. Hope you didn't hate the seed too much.
Well, after I saw it already lost, I said, you know what? I have to do some swag somewhere.
And it was very much appreciated.
Pulling out the bug net. We appreciated it, no doubt. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it. Congratulations to Fouton. He'll be moving on into the bracket stages. And Dark Shadows and Tranq, I better see you in the next tourney. But not in the secondary. Let's go straight to the main tourney. How's that sound?
Definitely.
See what I can do on that.
I mean, you just replace Willard in there and you're fine.
Yeah.
Boom.
Just do that. I'll be too busy doing commentary. But anyway, thank you guys so much for letting us commentate. I hope you had fun despite this troll of a scene.
Yeah, it was a great race.
Look forward to seeing all of you in the next weekly. Hey, like the open weekly we got tomorrow. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, make sure to give our runners some support, and we'll see you at the next race. Clifford, what do we got next up on the agenda?
Tonight, I think is the main over tonight? I think the main's already finished. There might be one or two more secondary matches coming up.
I believe the main tourney is finished, and we have a secondary match that started 2 hours ago. So I think we're done.
I think we're done for the night.
I think we're done. We might just be done.
We get a bunch of round 6 matches in the main tournament. The new week starts early tomorrow.
Oh, crap. I need to go find out who... I'm sorry. I didn't mean to swear. I need to go find out who I'm playing against.
Looks like we're going to have ACMLM versus Gerdo tomorrow. And Ajneb versus Pika Pals.
And Wolf versus Toe.
Oh, those all three should be great.
Yeah. Should be some good matches for you guys. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for watching the show. Thank you so much, Clifford, for joining me on commentary.
Yeah,
Shoutouts to our trackers, Flavikins and Blasteg, as well as our restreamer, Zertnal. Shoutouts to all you guys. Yeah, thank you guys so much for helping us put the show on. Hope you guys enjoyed the race, and we'll see you at the next one. Toodles.
Bye, everybody.